Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be budgeting out my paycheck for the month of November in my brand new vertical budget book, which is going to be live on my Etsy shop right now as you're watching this. So go check it out and purchase it if you would like. But today we are going to budget for November. So you'll see that I am doing kind of a vertical monthly calendar situation for this month. And you'll see all of your options again in the digital planner setup. I have 4 different layouts for the monthly layout, the monthly spread, so this is not the only option. But for today, I am going to put in all my different things for the month of November. So I'm going to be in Texas this first week. So I get back on the 7th. And then let's see, what else do I have? This is my birthday month, so my birthday is this month, which is exciting. It's gonna be while I'm away. Let's see, Thanksgiving, I believe, is the 25th. My parents are visiting starting Tuesday that week, and then they'll leave Sunday. I do need to remember that this is Black Friday. So while I will be vacationing, I will need to think about that. And then Monday is going to be Cyber Monday. And that's kind of it for most of my events and things. We will go through and put my stuffings and stuff on there. So I will be doing my November week 1 cash stuffing soon. So before I go on this trip, week 2 technically starts on the 5th for me, but I will do that on the 8th when I actually return. So we'll do November week 2 cash envelope stuffing, which I abbreviate as what's happening. Okay, sorry about that. My Apple Pencil died. But like I was saying, this is going to be my cash envelope stuffing. That's how I abbreviate that. I'm also going to do my week 1 and week 2 side hustle cash envelope stuffing that day. This will be week 3 side hustle. This will be week 4, and this will be week 5. So then this Friday will be the 3rd week of my full-time income. This would be the 4th week. And this would be the 5th week, but my parents are in town, so I'll do it probably that Sunday is when I'll film those / stuff my envelopes. So that is pretty much it for November in terms of my calendar. Jumping into my actual budget, first we have my income section. My full-time income, I'm projecting to have about $2,640. I don't ever expect any side hustle income. And then I have my 1 week ahead fund for this week since it is a 5-week month, and I'm gonna have $165 coming in from that. So we'll have $2,805 to work with. I have put all my bills already in here because they're pretty much the same every month: rent, phone bill, gym, my Roth IRA, Apple Care, my insurances, iCloud, and small group classes at my gym. So that leaves me with $1,628 to work with. So now we get into the actual budgeting for the month. And I'm going to do something a little bit different this month where I don't pre-budget for the weeks. But what I did to go ahead and do is decide that I'll have about $140 in my spending every week. So I need $700 then for the month. So that's about the extent of what I'm budgeting. I did also want my student loans to be $50 per week for a total of $250 for the month. So I did go ahead and put that in, but then obviously as I add to it for my side hustles, I'll just add in an additional row for that. For my cash envelopes, I'm going to try and keep it to $46 to $45 per week, with gas getting around $25 every week. So that would give me $228 in my cash envelopes. Again, I'm going to be budgeting the week of, so this is where I'll come back in and fill in what I actually saved each week. And then for sinking funds, I'm going to try and put $10 in holidays for my anniversary, $10 in volleyball, $10 into car maintenance, and $20 or $15 into Christmas, for a total of $450 for the month, or $90 each week. So there's extra money that's not already budgeted here, and that's where I'll put, you know, in the other categories. So then I just have my weekly budgets, which I have here, and side hustle budgets, which I'll include as well. But honestly, there's not a lot to set up in my budget because I'm going to do some of the weekly budgeting as I go. I do have a transaction log, and I want to use that for my credit card, to track my credit card expenses, especially as I travel for Texas. So I want to track those. This is for when I go to update my cash envelopes for my starting and ending balances. And then I have my closeout pages. So this is not a super exciting budget with me video. So I think I'm going to actually combine this with the planner flip through of how to set it up. So I'll clip that in now rather than have them as separate videos. So if you are wanting to purchase this, stay tuned because I'm going to be walking you through how to set it up and flip through all the pages that are inside. If you aren't wanting to do that, then thank you for coming, and I will have more budget content in my cash envelope stuffing videos, so you'll see me kind of do it live this month. Hi friends, welcome to my how-to video for my digital planner, my undated version that I'm launching at the end of 2021. And when you order this on my Etsy shop, it will come in a PDF document. So I'm going to basically walk you through from the time you purchase the PDF to actually getting it set up, how you can do it. And I'm going to do that by showing you how I'm going to set up mine. So first you'll need to buy the PDF on my Etsy shop, which is always linked down below. Next thing you're going to need is some sort of app that you want to do your digital planning in. I like to use GoodNotes, which is what I'm in now. And when you're in that app, you'll see my current budget book that I'm using, but we are going to add the new one that I created. So you'll need to save the PDF somewhere on your iPad. So then you'll go in here and you'll select the PDF. So I am importing mine directly from the app that I created it in, and this is going to be my budget book vertical option, and it is in my documents currently. So I'm going to import this as a new document, and as it does that, now it pops up like this. So this is what the budget book will look like this time around. So basically what I decided to do was, this is my old one. Let me pop to the front of it. My old one was a horizontal spread like this with 2 pages on a side, and I decided to go with a vertical layout this time with just 1 page because it allows you to move pages around a lot more easily since you can't customize it as much as I could in when I'm making it, and you'll see why as we go. But this is the cover of the planner, which you'll hardly ever see once you actually get into it. And you're able to slide to new pages just by swiping, or you can use the tabs, which are all linked to different pages. So the first page is goals and projections, which is going to be, if you click your review tab, it will also take you here. And then after that, you can just slide through the pages. We've got a review of goals spreadsheet for your short-term goals for the year. So any goals for me, this is what I do, any goals that I have for the upcoming year. So the goal you have, the estimated amount you want to save, when you want to start and end that savings, and then dividing that out of how much you actually need to save per month, or you can change that to like per paycheck, whatever works best for you. Then I have a review of goals, a 5-year goals and a long-term goals section with kind of the same description, but with less specific monthly savings amounts, because you might not be ready to save for that regularly, but for something like a wedding in 5 years, you might want to put $5 or $10 here and there. So you might just want to know when you want to start and end savings and a general amount that you might want to save for that. So that's this page. The next page has goals for your sinking funds. And here is the really cool part here is that if you want to have multiple pages of these, you can go in and add a page. And you can add the page right after this one, and we can use the current template. And so now you have 2 pages of sinking funds goals. So you can do it that way, and then it continues on to the next page, which was already in here. But so to give you another example, let's say this only gives you 1 page of debt priorities or payoff goals. So maybe you want to add a second page, you just again click this plus button. You want it after the current page and you want to use the current template. And now there's 2 pages of debt priorities, and then it goes into the next piece, which was the recurring due dates. Another way that you can do this is you can just add additional lines. So you could go in, with a color, say a blue, and you could just come in and add a second line in there. So you could also break it up that way as well if you would prefer to do it that way. And then your debt payoff goals, again, just listing your debts in priority. If you want more in-depth walkthroughs of how I use this template, I do have an old video of how I use my budget planner, and I will link that up above because I do talk through this more in depth. And I'll do a new budget with me video that talks about this extensively for 2022, and that will probably be coming out sometime in December, so be on the lookout for that. And this is just another way for you to review recurring due dates that are coming up. So after that, you have a year at a glance. So you have the first 6 months on one page and the next 6 months on the next page. So it just gives you a chance to, go in and say, like, this is my birthday, which it is. So that might make you remember to save for your birthday that month or something. So that is helpful for me when it comes to paying, to creating budgets for the year. Then you go into your trackers section, which is what's linked here if you were to click that tab. And there is a financial overview year at a glance page where you can track your income, your cash savings, your savings accounts, your investing accounts, any debt that you have, and your net worth. I left one box blank, so if you want to track something else, you can just write it in yourself. And so the first page is January through June, next page is July through December, and then you're able to add it all up at the end if you want to do that. Like for income, that makes sense. Your account balances, that might not make sense, but at least for income, you could add that up. The next tracker is a debt payoff plan tracker. So if you want to figure out, okay, from January to December, what do I want my goal starting and ending balances to be with my debt? And then kind of doing the math to figure out what you want to put towards that. And then I like seeing the goal that I had versus what I was actually able to accomplish, because usually I'm able to do more than what my initial goal was. And I find that really satisfying. So those are the only trackers right now, but say you had a tracker that you wanted to put in here. Another option is you could go up and add a page, and after this page, if you want to add in a sheet of paper or if you have another template, you can add those in here. So over time, I might start selling templates that you can just add in here and create additional pages in your budget book. So the next tab is challenges, and I did give y'all a few free challenges in this digital planner, a 100 envelope challenge sheet where you can go in and just highlight when you've completed certain envelopes that you've saved for. So that's kind of a light color, but you can go in and highlight which envelopes you have saved for. That way you can see your progress as you are going through that challenge if you choose to participate in it. I also gave you a 52-week challenge. So I didn't write out the numbers 1 through 52 because a lot of people do different types of 52-week challenges, but there are 26 lines on this side and 26 lines on this side. So you can go through and put the date, how much you're saving, and how much you've saved so far. That way, if you want to do a different challenge than just the traditional $1 to $52, you're able to do that here. So those are the two that are included, but again, you could go in and add your own sheet of paper or your own template if you have an additional savings challenge that you would like to do. And as I start building out my printable and digital planning options, I might start adding some to my shop where you can go in and add them as well. So the next section is notes section, and this is just for a place for you to jot down notes if you want to add additional things to your binder that I haven't included. Notes is a great section. I have lined pages and blank pages. So if you want to copy and paste those to create more sheets, you can do that as well. So you can just write out regular notes. Say here you wanted to budget out for a vacation, you could do that here, and you can add in as many as you want here. Lastly, up top is an index, and this becomes really important as we go into the monthly tabs, which I'll show you next. So the index allows you to choose what kind of budget planner you would like. So there's only one page to the index, and you are able to click through the different options that are available to you. So I have a bunch of different monthly calendar options that you can use in your digital planner. I have a 4-week month budget for months that have 4 weeks. I have a 5-week month budget if you have 5 weeks in your budget. I have a weekly budget spread, a weekly business budget spread, and a transaction log, all that you can put in each of your monthly tabs, or you can pick and choose what you want for certain months over different months. So let's just walk through the choices. First, you have your monthly calendars. We first have a vertical spread, so it fits all on one page like this, which I felt like was really important because you wouldn't want to be swiping, between two pages. So this has a Monday start through Sunday, and so this is the Monday start vertical option. Then you have a Sunday start vertical option, and then you have a horizontal. Oops, I just locked my iPad. Then you have a vertical Monday start. So it starts with Monday and it's vertical, so you get more square boxes, not really the like long skinny boxes. And then you have a horizontal Sunday start. So you could pick which one of those you want to use. And those are all your monthly options. And then you go into your 4-week monthly budget spread, which includes templates for the monthly budget for income, bills, and other categories in terms of just like totals. You have a page for your spending and debt. You have a full page for cash envelopes and a full page for sinking funds, which I thought was helpful. And this can help you budget for the month or by week. So you can use it kind of however you want. And then the 5-week months are all the same, except you have this 5th week column because there are 5 paychecks. Or for me, 5 weeks that I just split my paycheck up over. Then you've got weekly budget pages, which are basically just for when you're finally ready to stuff your envelopes for a week. So you're able to put your spending, your cash envelopes, your sinking funds, and debt. And if these aren't enough lines, again, you can just copy this and add a second page for that week, and that would allow you to have more lines. And then the business budget is the one that I use now. You'll see that it looks very familiar for my side hustle budgets. But this is what it looks like. It just has basically a source of income section and a business expense section, and then priorities, and the rest are just like kind of lumped together, cash envelopes and sinking funds. And then finally, you have a transaction log, which you're just able to put an account number that you might want to be tracking and date, transaction, what envelope it's coming out of, the amount, and whether or not you've pulled it out of your sinking funds in case it was on a credit card or a debit card. I really like this page and will definitely try to use it better moving into 2022 and hopefully the end of 2021. And then that is it for the index. And now we jump into all the monthly tabs. So if you click January, it'll take you here to January, and then you will just scroll into the month and you'll see that it starts with a cash envelope update sheet where you can put the category, starting and ending amount. And then it has your sinking funds update for the same thing. A debt payoff, these are my closeout sheets. So a debt payoff closeout sheet that you fill out at the end of the month, a net worth tracker that you fill out at the end of the month, monthly closeout pages, page 1 and page 2, which you'll see me fill out in all my monthly closeout videos, which I'll just link my most recent one up above that you can check out if you want to see how I use these. And one more monthly closeout. And then you go into the next month. So clearly we're missing some pages, and that is where I want to show you how you can start adding in your pages. So if you go to let's go to November, because I'm going to be setting up November today. And this is undated, no years, no nothing. So you can really customize it. The only thing is that they are monthed by like January to December, but I'm going to start in November. So I'll come to November, and then I need to add in my monthly spread. So in order to add the monthly calendar that I want, I need to first go to my index and choose what monthly calendar option I want. So I think I'm going to do this vertical spread first for this month and just see how I like it. So I am just going to see this page. I'm going to copy it. And it's copied now, and I'm going to go to November. And now that I'm on the November page, I'll go to this add page button, and then I'll paste page. And that will put it in right after the November page. This is the way I know how to do it. If you know a different way how to do it, let me know down below. But this gives me my monthly spread that I want to use for November in November. That also leaves me the freedom to be able to choose something different for December if this doesn't work out for me, which I really like. But if you know which one you want to commit to, you could just go in and go ahead and do that for all your months right up front. But I'm going to just do this one for this month because I'm not ready to commit to it. And after that, I know I do want a 5-week month budget because for me, November has 5 pay periods for me. So for you, it might be the 4-week, but for me, it's the 5. So I'll go to the 5-week budget. And I am just going to zoom out. and see as they load, you'll see that this is the 5-week monthly budget. This is where the 5-week monthly budget starts. So I'm going to click all of the pages that are with the 5-week budget, and then I'm going to copy them. And now I'm done. And now I'm going to go to November, go to the monthly tab, and then paste pages after that. And now they're pasted. So now after this, I should have my monthly budget, my spending for weeks 1 through 5, my cash envelopes for the same weeks 1 through 5, and sinking funds. And those are all in there because I just was able to paste them like that. So I've done my monthly calendar, I have my 5-week monthly budget, and now I want 5 weekly spreads because I will have 5 weeks that I'm budgeting for with my regular paycheck. So I'm gonna go in here and again, just copy this page. Actually, you know what, let me also do, I'm going to have 5 weekly budgets and 5 business budgets. So let me do both of those. And I do want a transaction log. So I'll just copy all those right away. Hit copy. Again, as you do this, you could probably do this all in one fell swoop, but I'm just showing you how I do it. So I'll skip the monthly spread and the monthly budget. And then I will just go here and I want to add these in before my cash envelope and sinking funds update pages. So I'm going to paste the pages after that. So now I go straight from my monthly budget to a weekly spread for my full-time job, and then a side hustle spread for my side hustle, and then a transaction log. So that will give me 1 week, and I need 5. So what I'm gonna do is go out to the zoomed out view again, hit select again, but this time I'm only going to choose the weekly page and the business weekly page and copy those because I don't want a million transaction logs. And then I will go to my weekly side hustle budget. So before I get to the transaction log, I'm going to paste these pages to go in here, and this will make it week 2. And then I'm going to paste for week 3. And then I'm going to paste for week 4. And then I'm going to paste for week 5. And then after this, I should go to my transaction log and then my closeout pages. So now we are all set up for November in terms of pages that I need from the index. But now I want to set up and make this actually customizable for November. So the first time you use this planner, you'll have to do some of that on your own. So you'll need your tool here. And I'm going to start by adding text here. This is where you really get to customize things. So if you add a little text box here, you're able to, you know, pick your font. And I'm going to pick the font that matches what was on the cover page for November. So I'm just going to write out November, and then obviously the font on that is really small. So we're going to take this up to a larger size. I guess I need to highlight it. So that's a good size, this 200. And then I get to pick a color. So I can do a custom color. So if you have brand colors that you want to use, you can do that. For today, I'm just going to do a dark gray, but I'd probably load in some preset colors eventually. So now I just have an easy way to make it known that this is November. And then what I'll do is I'll copy that and I'll just add it to every page that has a space for November. So if you just copy and paste it, it makes it really easy. And then you just space it in a way that you like, the way that you feel like it looks nice. And if you don't care about labeling these, you don't have to. I just would like to, at least for this month while I have the energy. So I just didn't want to make index sheets for every single month. So I just, and to be able to make this customizable where you can choose between 5 and 4 weeks and be able to choose your spreads, I did have to, you know, make it totally undated. So basically what I would just do is go through and paste all of these. And I'm going to finish that off camera. But if we just go back to the November tab here, we now have my monthly spread, and then you could go in and either write out the dates. So if you wanted to come in and actually label these like 1 2, etc., which is wrong for November. Actually, that's right for November. That's funny. What I would do is come in here and add a text box, and I would probably come in here and add these text numbers. So be able to maybe make this a little bit smaller. And then I would go through and add the numbers to each one. And then what I would do is, instead of copying the monthly page from the index, I would copy this one into December and just change this and move the numbers around. It's totally up to you what you would like to do, but I will probably come back in here and add these numbers and just, you know, copy, paste, and then, oops. And then just drag them and, you know, change this from 1 to 2, and just do that for each day. So that is how you can set up your monthly calendar. Then coming in here, again, you could either write in all your bills or you could use text boxes. I'll probably take the time to set up text boxes the first month and then just copy them for every other month. So copy this page and then just change it from November to December and do it that way. It is really up to you. Note that when your tool is not on, you can click the tabs, but when your tool is on, you won't be able to click the tabs. So just keep that in mind as you play around with this if you're new to digital planning. So yeah, I'll probably go in with text boxes. You'll see it in my cash stuffings and such for November that I do fill it out with a text box for all of these just to keep it looking clean. I didn't do that on my old spread, and I definitely wish I had. I just like never found the time to make it happen. So I'm gonna make the time this time. And then that's kind of it. Like, then you just customize it as you want to. You add in things that you want to see. I think the most complicated part is just adding pages. And then you can really make it yours. If you end up not cash stuffing a week, you can just delete out one of these pages if you don't want them in here. The transaction log, if I need 2 of those, again, you can just add in more as you go. And I just think it's really nice to have everything all in one spot and also be able to choose for myself what I want in my planner and what I don't. And then at the end of December, just one last piece, you'll see the normal closeout pages that are there. And then the back of the planner just is my motto: embrace intentionality to maximize your life. But that is basically it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. This will be listed on my Etsy shop as you're watching this, but this is my how-to video that I will be, referring people to if they have questions. If you have any additional questions, let me know down below. I will do a more extensive walkthrough video when I'm setting up my budget for 2022, but I'm not ready to do that. But so many people have been asking me for this that I just decided to go ahead and launch the undated version. I do plan to launch a dated version at the end of the year, maybe around, Cyber Monday, to be able to sell a dated version, a budget book exclusively for 2020 with a few new additions to make it exclusive for that year. So if you're interested in that, definitely let me know down below as well. But I hope this was helpful. And again, if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them in the comments, and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Thanks, y'all. Bye.